Okay, today I'll be talking about the applications of systems of equations. First thing I'm going to look at is a simple word problem. Jeff delivers 15 small and large pizzas one night. Each small pizza costs $7 and each large pizza costs $11. He made a total of $137. How many small and large pizzas did Jeff sell? Alright, so first thing we have to do is set up a system of equations so we can solve it, either using substitution or elimination. First thing they tell us is he delivered 15 small and large pizzas. So let's call our small pizzas S and our large pizzas L. And we can set up our first equation. He delivered 15 pizzas total. So we know S plus L is 15. Next, it says each small pizza costs $7 and each large pizza costs $11. So he made a total of $137. So we know, given these prices, our total is going to add up to $137. So we know the amount of small pizzas he sells, so S times $7 is going to give us the amount of money he made off of the small pizzas, plus $11 times L gives the amount of money he made off the large pizzas, and that totals $137. And then we can either use substitution or elimination. Here, these are really easy to solve for. All we would have to do is subtract L from both sides. And that's going to allow us to solve for S. So S equals 15 minus L, or negative L plus 15. Either way is fine. So what we do is we can take 15 minus L using substitution. And we know S is 15 minus L, so we take that and put it here. So we get 7 times 15 minus L plus 11 equals 137. And we distribute and solve like normal. So we get 7 times 15, and we distribute that. 7 times 15 is 105 minus 7L plus 11, oh, forgot an L here, plus 11L equals 137. We can add like terms, and at the same time, we can move this 105 over. So let's go ahead and do that. We minus 105 to do that. Minus 105. So we're pretty much just solving for the amount of large pizzas that he sold. Negative 7L plus 11L is 4L equals 137 minus 105 is just 32. So the amount of large pizzas he sold, divided by 4 on both sides, is 8. 32 divided by 4 is 8. So we know he sold 8 large pizzas, and we can use this equation, S equals 15 minus L, to give us S. S equals 15 minus 8. So the amount of small pizzas he sold is 7. And those are our two answers. Okay, next problem, a standard systems of equations problem. The perimeter of fencing around a garden measures 72 feet. So when we're talking about perimeter, and it's best to draw a picture, we're talking about the length around something. Alright, and we know the larger side is length, the smaller side is width. Alright? And we also know perimeter for a rectangle is just the sum of everything around the rectangle. So we have 2 widths and 2 lengths. So that's L plus L is 2L plus 2W. So automatically for our system we have one equation. Now we have to find the other equation. And we know P is already given to us. P is 72 feet. So we can say that right away. Equals 72. Because we know perimeter is 72. So we really don't need that. Because this is the perimeter. Okay. And next, it tells us the length is 3 feet more than, in math means addition. So 3 feet more than, so 3 plus, length equals 3 plus twice the width. Twice means 2 times. And we need that because we can't solve for something with 2 different variables in it. That's not going to give us, we can only solve for letters. We're not going to be able to find the numbers. This gives us a second equation. All right, we know length equals 3 feet more than twice the width. So, again, by substitution, we can take this and put it in for our L here. So, this equation becomes 2 times 3 plus 2w plus 2w equals 72. And then we just distribute and solve like we usually would. So we distribute, that becomes 6 plus 4w plus 2w equals 72. At the same time, we can add like terms and move this 6 to the other side. So we get 6w equals 72 minus 6 is 66. So we know here, if we divide by 6 on both sides, w equals 11. 11 feet. And we know the length, L, is 3 feet more than twice the width. So L equals 3 plus 2 times 11. 2 times 11 is 22, plus 3 is 25. So now we know the dimensions of our fence. Okay, and the last problem I have for today. Solution A is 25% salt, and solution B is 10% salt. How much of each solution would it take to make 20 liters with 15% salt? Okay, so we have 2 solutions. Those are measured in liters. And we know to make our first equation, solution A plus solution B is going to give us, in the end, 20 liters. So we know our first equation is A plus B equals 20. And this is all in liters. Next part's the challenging part. We know solution A is 25% salt. So we have 25% of A, and we write that by bringing the decimal over 2 places. So 0.25 A plus 10% B, so 0.10 B equals 15% salt. Most people will make the mistake here of just putting 0.15. But we are also looking at the amount of the total. The amount of salt in the total. And there are 20 liters total, so times 20. Because this is amount of salt. In the solution. Okay, so continuing on, we can solve this equation. First, instead of using substitution, let's use elimination. All right. We know that if we multiply this equation by negative 0.25, our a's will cancel out. Because we're trying to make the a's the same number, but opposite. So say we multiply our first equation by negative 0.25. So our first equation will become, we'll call this equation 1 and this equation 2. First equation will become negative 0.25a plus negative, or minus 0.25 b equals 20 times negative 0.25 happens to be negative 5. Alright, so that's our first equation. And the second equation stays the same. 0.25a plus 0.10b, or 0.1b will work too, equals 3. Okay? So now, since we have our a's the same but opposite number, we can add these up. So we add these up, and our a's cancel out. We have negative 0.25b plus 0.10b. It's going to give us negative 0.15b equals negative 3, or negative 5 plus 3 is negative 2. And then to solve that, we divide by negative 0.15. We have two negatives, so we know that's going to give us a positive. And two divided by 0.15 gives us b equals 13.3 repeated. But we'll just go with 13.3. And we also know a plus b is 20. So we can use this equation, a plus b equals 20, where b is 13.3. So a plus 13.3 equals 20. And we minus 13.3 on both sides. We know that's b, so a must be 6.7, about. So our two solutions, solution A has to be 6.7 liters, mixed with solution B, 13.3 liters, is going to give us 20 liters of 15% salt. And that's all I have for today.